Let us move on to the final lab of this module. In this lab, we shall learn about basic styling. So you might ask, why do we need styling? Well, so far we've learned that browsers know exactly what to do with HTML elements, right? For example, if we type in a major heading, we've seen that the browser displays it in big bold fonts. However, what if you want your major heading content to be shown in blue? Well, the browser is not going to do that for you automatically, right? So you need to have a method of overriding what the browser does with a particular element by default. Also, different browsers will have their own way of displaying a particular HTML element. For example, once again, if we use the H1 element, then Firefox might use a particular font size and a degree of boldness, which might be different from what Chrome does. So if you want your web page to look identical across browsers, once again, you need to figure out a way to override what the browser does by default. And this is where styles come in. Now, HTML elements can be styled or formatted through the cascading style sheets or CSS. A CSS can be applied to HTML in three ways, and that is what we are going to learn about in this lab. The first method of applying a style is by using the style attribute. So let's get started. Let me apply a style attribute to the paragraph tag. Let me put in a background color value with the color value being 6 times E, right? The method of specifying colors in HTML uses the RGB color format, right? And here we are using hexadecimal for each of R, G and B, right? So let's save this. Let's hit preview. So there you go. You see that the paragraph has a light gray background color, which we have achieved by using the style attribute. So you can similarly use the style attribute to format or style other elements on this page. So go ahead and experiment to your heart's content. Now there are multiple style attributes, and you can get a complete list of all attributes on the page that is pointed to by this link, right? In general, look at the text, border, color and font attributes. These are the attributes that are most commonly used. Okay. So once again, once you've gone through this list, once you've paid special attention to text, border, color and font, once experiment with your own web page here. Now adding inline styles by using the style attribute to each element on your page will be quite tedious, right? Because your web page can be pretty big. Also, as we've learned earlier, your website may have multiple pages. So it is not practically possible to do so for every element on your page, right? Additionally, you would find that you might want to apply common styles to various elements, right? So it would kind of be a repetition. So let's say you want to apply a background color to every paragraph element on your page, right? Now, would you really have to go and type in style equal to background color with the value wherever you have a paragraph element? No, right? That's extremely tedious. So thankfully, HTML offers you a different way of achieving this. So we will use the style tag in the head section. Okay, and what we'll do is for every paragraph we will have a background color which has the value E E E E E E. Okay, so this is what you've defined. Now let us go and remove the style attribute that we had defined earlier. So what would you expect if we hit preview on this, you would expect that you see the same sort of result, right? And you have done that. So what have we done here? We have not used the style attribute specifically on a paragraph element, but we have defined the style for every paragraph element on the page by using the style tag. So once again, experiment with internal styling and try and assign various styles to elements on this page. Now, the internal styling method is pretty neat if you're dealing with just one web page. But consider the fact where you have multiple pages. So you would have to define these styles on every web page. And that would again be kind of tedious if you're dealing with many web pages. Thankfully, there is a workaround for that as well, where you can include an external style sheet, right? So we've looked at including an external style sheet by using the link tag. So I leave this step to you as an exercise.